Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League postseason, year 2 of the FSBL. This is the American League Division Series, coming to you live from Cleveland Stadium, where the Indians lead the Yankees 2-1 after a 6-3 win in a pivotal Game 3. Now both sides send their aces to the hill, both on 3 days rest. This is a rematch of Game 1. Ron Guidry goes for the Yankees. Addie Joss, off a fantastic rookie campaign, saw him win 22 games. He's likely the outstanding pitcher in the American League, and he will try to send the Indians through to the ALCS. Joss and Guidry, Game 4 of the ALDS, coming up now. Holly the Bernedoodle assumes her space on the couch, and Addie Joss finishes up his warm-ups. Joss allowed 3 runs over 6 innings in the opener. He was not bad. Guidry just outlasted him. Guidry allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, over 7 2/3 in the opener. Here's Derek Jeter. Jeter batting .308 in the playoffs. The American League batting champion during the regular season at .340. Joss gets the sign from Victor Martinez, winds and delivers. Jeter takes a first pitch strike, and we're underway. Big Clue 007, Dwayne Marks in the house. Good to see you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming by. After MV's 62 Mets broadcast, Jeter puts it back to the box, but Joss snags it, throws over to Tomei, and there's 1 out. How sick is it that I find myself rooting for real-life free agent signings on the basis of how they might impact teams? All-time WAR career list at their position. That's awesome. Yankees lineup, the same as it was last game. Here's Bernie Williams. Too busy paying attention to the chat. I missed the lineup, but it'll be Jeter, Bernie, and Gehrig. Judge, Keller, and Henrik. And I'm trying to remember the rest of it after that. Who am I forgetting? Mitchell's hitting 9th. I missed somebody in the middle there. 0-2 the count as Joss works to Bernie. Fastball, that looked like a good pitch from Joss. Umpire disagrees, it's ball 1. Ground ball to second, LaJoie has it. Throws on to first, and there's 2 away. Used to happen to Vince Scully all the time. He'd get caught watching the YouTube chat and lose track of what was going on in the game. Here's Lou Gehrig. Gehrig batting .200 in the series. Does have a home run, though. Fastball there. Gehrig yanks it hard, but foul. 1 of the 4 League Championship Series spots has been cinched up at this point. The San Francisco Giants eliminated the Montreal Expos in a rout yesterday in Game 4 in Montreal, 16-6. So the Giants punch their ticket to the NLCS for the 2nd straight year. 0-2 count as Joss works to Gehrig. High fastball. Gehrig fouls it off. We'll see where Joss goes with this. 0-2 offer. Gehrig lines it hard to left. Brantley's there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So a 1-2-3 first for Joss. Now the Indians will come up and try to do their damage in the bottom of the 1st. Game 4 of the ALDS is scoreless from Cleveland. So here's Ron Guidry. Guidry was terrific in Game 1. 7 2/3, 8 hits, no walks, 3 Ks. 3 runs allowed, 2 of them earned. Now Guidry comes back here to try to force a Game 5 that would be held back in the Bronx. Leading it off for the Indians, Kenny Lofton. Lofton's had a great series. He's batting .500, homer and 2 RBIs. First pitch from Guidry, and Lofton lashes it to left. It's going to fall in front of Keller for a leadoff single. So Lofton continues to swing a smoking hot bat in the postseason for the Tribe. Keller played that one safely. Here comes Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie batting .385 in the series. First pitch from Guidry is a high strike. It's 0-1. Lajoie took a while to get going in last year's postseason, but he's hit right out of the gate this time around. Indians fell in 7 games in the ALCS to the eventual champion Oakland A's last year. Slider from Guidry misses down low. The Yankees were eliminated by the California Angels in the wild card game a year ago. This year, them and the Red Sox flipped spots, the Yankees winning the division. The Red Sox getting the wild card. Pick-off throw, and they've got Lofton. Throw to second, and they barely get him. Lofton almost got in there anyway. But Guidry picks off Lofton for a huge out here in the first. Gehrig's throw to Jeter beat him, but it looked like Lofton was close to getting in there. Jeter gets the tag on just in time. So a big pick off there, 1 down. Now Guidry can focus on Lajoie. Ground ball right to Jeter. Throw over to first. Lajoie's retired, 2 away. Your Indians lineup: Lofton, Lajoie, and Manny Ramirez. Larry Doby, Victor Martinez, and Jose Ramirez. Jim Thome, Ray Chapman, and Michael Brantley round things out for Cleveland. Here's Manny Ramirez. Manny doing Manny things. He's been exceptional again in the postseason. .462 average for Manny. Home run, 5 runs batted in. Ramirez, of course, has been a force in the regular season as well. He's one of the best pure hitters in the game. But he was a dynamic force in last year's postseason as well. Fastball misses down low. It's 2-0. Guidry deals that fastball, misses inside. It's 3-0. Larry Doby waits on deck for Cleveland. Guidry rocks and fires. Fastball in there for a called strike. A cool, clear night here in Cleveland. Guidry fires, and Manny lines a base hit in the center. So Ramirez takes the 3-1 slider and serves it in the center with authority for a 2-out single. So that'll bring up Larry Doby. Doby a fine regular season. 34 homers, 100 runs batted in. Doby missed the Indians' postseason run a year ago, suffering an injury in September that kept him out of the playoffs. Doby puts this one out in the left. It falls in front of Keller for a base hit. Manny will wisely hold at second, but 3 hits here in the first for Cleveland, even though Lofton was erased on the pickoff. A pair of 2-out hits brings Victor Martinez up with 2 men on. Martinez batted .200 in the series. He was hitless in the first 2 games before racking up a couple of hits in the Game 3 win. Fastball from Guidry in there for a called strike. Guidry takes a peek at the runners. Fastball misses down low. Surely nobody's running anywhere in this spot. Manny Ramirez is not trying to steal third, unless he pulls a Manny brainlock, which is a possibility, but not expected. 1-1 the count. Guidry deals. High fastball, Martinez lays off. The count goes to 2-1. Guidry from the set again. Posada sets up inside a bit. Guidry goes outside, fly ball to right. It'll hang up. Judge is under it, puts it away, and the side is retired. So it didn't come easily, but Guidry does get through the first. We head to the top of the second in Cleveland. Yankees nothing, Indians nothing. ALDS Game 4. Judge 273 in the series. Home run and an RBI. Remember right, that's 3 for 11 would be 273. Joss only needed 10 pitches to get through the first. First pitch to Judge on the outside corner. Joss rocks and fires. Judge fouls it off. The count goes to 0-2. So Joss gets ahead. He's going to want to do that throughout. Martinez sets up away. Fastball goes away. Judge lays off. It's 1-2. Fastball down low. Judge fouls it off. Addie Joss, a terrific pitcher in real life until a host of health problems curtailed his career a bit. Died young after a fine career. Curveball there gets Judge. First strikeout for Joss. Big bender there, and Judge swings right over the top of it. So here's Charlie Keller. Keller 250 so far in the series. Pops this one up in foul ground. Martinez sheds the mask. Has a bit of distance to go, but he gets there, puts it away, and there's 2 down here in the top of the second.
Number 17.
Cannot stress enough, if you see players in this league who you might be unfamiliar with, learn about them, check Baseball Reference, check out SABR, SABR.org, the Society for American Baseball Research. You can learn a lot of stuff, great player profiles on a ton of players. Keller is fooled. He pops it up. Joss will take it himself. So Joss chews up the Yankees here in the second. Couple of very ugly swings. We head to the bottom half. We're scoreless. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez 250 and no homers, 2 RBIs. Slider in there for a called strike. Ramirez pops this one shallow center. Coming on, Judge. He will get there. It hangs up. And Judge puts it away for out number 1.
Batting 7, the first baseman, number 25.
So in steps Jim Thome. Thome down to the 7th spot in the order against the lefties. 182. He does have a homer in the series. Thome always dangerous. First pitch here from Guidry. Slider gets him. Strike 1. Fastball up high. It's funny, I was talking, I guess it was in last night's late broadcast, and it came up, I talked about the players and that different styles of all of us who do this broadcasting thing have, and talk about, how Beatles likes talking about players' bios and stuff like that. And I mentioned that I kind of feel like if I get too much into that stuff, I'm going to kind of deviate too far afield from the broadcast, and that's why I don't do it, because I kind of feel it to turn into a ramble fest. But a while ago, a bunch of guys had talked about, I think it may have actually been Beatles, talking about me, trying to, this project, trying to educate people and stuff like that. And I don't really look at it so much that way, but I do hope that it seeing all these guys from across all the eras prompts some conversation and makes people maybe want to look into some of these guys who they might be familiar with or just don't quite remember, from their childhood or whatever. Kind of if it prompts people to educate themselves more than me doing the educating. So a slider there from Guidry gets Thome. He'll grab a seat. Nice pitch there from Guidry. Thome, an awkward swing to say the least. So both pitchers look sharp early. 2 down here in the second. Here's Ray Chapman. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner. Chapman 3 for 10 in the series. Chapman pops this one up on the infield. McDougald is there. Puts it away and the side is retired. So Guidry gets his own batch of awkward swings here in the second. Chapman's frustrated. Guidry and Joss looking sharp. We head to the top of the third. We're scoreless. Early vibes here to last night's Game 4 in the NLDS between the Mets and Cardinals. David Cone was very sharp for the Mets, but Dizzy Dean was otherworldly. Struck out 12 over 8 innings of scoreless ball, and the Cardinals forced a Game 5 with a 4-0 win. Cone only allowed one of those runs, the rest coming against the Mets bullpen. 0-1 count here to Jorge Posada. Posada 4 for 10 in the series. Joss delivers. Posada fouls it off. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Posada grounds it down to third. Ramirez has it. Easy play over to Thome, and there's one away. I appreciate that clue. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's, this has kind of gotten me, like I said, I'm just so thankful for this. I never would have thought, like when I started doing these projects, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll write about them. I never really thought about the broadcasting thing. And I was like, all right, let's see if people listen. And now this project has kind of evolved so far that, broadcasting is what I originally intended to do. So now I get to do it in the midst of my hobby, and it's kind of brought me back to my original goal that I wanted career-wise before I turned to print journalism instead of broadcast journalism. So it's nice to be back doing that in this little niche hobby of ours. Weak ground ball there to Lajoie, and there's quickly 2 away here in the top of the third. So here's Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell kind of serves as a second cleanup man almost, batting down in the 9-hole. He's certainly a better hitter than Gil McDougald. I'd certainly argue he should hit ahead of Posada as well. Again, the Yankees acquired Kevin Mitchell last offseason from the San Francisco Giants. For Jimmy Williams and a pitcher at some point I should look up, because I reference this trade every time I do a Yankees broadcast, and I never remember who the pitcher was. Curveball from Joss is in there. That's a beauty. It's 1-2. Joss delivers. Mitchell dunks one over Thome going out. He's not going to get there. It's a bloop base hit into right. Mitchell takes a big turn over aggressive, and Dolby retrieves it. Mitchell gets in. Oh, that throw beat him. I don't know how Mitchell got in there. Aggressive / stupid base running from Kevin Mitchell, regardless of the fact that it worked. Dolby gets there. Let's see if they show how close to play is at second. Kind of got that one off the trademark, fisted it a bit. I'm sorry, I'm not smoother with the replay camera. So now there's Mitchell. He dunks it off. We're going to go into second base here. Now, Mitchell has barely turned first. Dolby has it. Dolby's going towards the line, but Kevin Mitchell far from a burner. Throw beats him. It's a little bit to the outfield side. Chapman's tag. Ooh, barely gets in. Yep, he hasn't tagged him yet, so Mitchell is safe there. Umpire gets it right. We have variable umps on, so occasionally they will get it wrong. But they get it right in this case, and now the Yankees have a 2-out runner in scoring position for Derek Jeter. First pitch from Joss in there for a called strike. It says Yankees goes looking out for him today. Yeah, that Kevin Mitchell should not be taking an extra base unless absolutely necessary. Joss ground ball to short. Chapman has it. And Jeter is retired, and so are the Yankees. So Mitchell's double doesn't hurt. We head to the bottom of the third here in Cleveland. Brantley, Lofton, and Lajoie due up for the Indians. We're scoreless here in Game 4 of the American League Division Series. So here's Michael Brantley. Brantley's 1 for 10 in the series. Sorry, Alexa was giving me a reminder about something. I turned the mic off for a minute. Fastball misses up high. I had to submit my medical plan for work. Today was the last day to do that, but I had taken care of it already and just never shut off the reminder. For those of you who care about such pointless minutia in my personal life, popped up to Kevin Mitchell. There's one away. We share here in this community. Sometimes we share too much. Here's Kenny Lofton. Lofton singled his first time up. Slider misses inside. Lofton 2 for 5, a homer and 2 RBIs in the big Game 3 win. Slider is in there. Count goes to 1-1. Again, the Yankees going without Whitey Ford, who's still on the injured list. If the Yankees can come back and win this game and the Game 5, ground ball to short. Tough play for Jeter. Lofton beats it out. That's not a range thing or any mistake on Jeter's part. That's just Kenny Lofton being a very, very fast man. Weakly hit out to short. Lofton beats it. Jeter did all he could, but Lofton is on. So 1 out, Lofton on first for Napoleon Lajoie. Fastball in there for a called strike. I was in the middle of a thought before that ground ball was hit. I don't think it was that important. So, which is a good thing because I don't remember what it was. 0-1 the count here as Guidry works to Lajoie. Fastball, Lofton goes. Throw from Posada nowhere near in time and to the third base side. Lofton swipes the bag. Lofton gets a good jump there. Good throw, wouldn't have had him anyway. So now the Indians have a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the third. 1-1 count as Guidry works to Lajoie. Good slider there from Louisiana Lightning at the knees. It's 1-2. There's a shot from Lajoie. That's slider up in the zone a little bit higher than I think Guidry wanted it, but Lajoie turns it foul. There's a jam shot out into the gap. That might find grass. Keller lays out. Oh, beautiful play, Charlie Keller. Charlie Keller robs Napoleon Lajoie. I thought that one might get down, but Charlie Keller lays out and saves a run. Lofton broke back to the bag, but I think if that hits grass, Lofton's going to try to score on that play. Instead, he has to hold at second. There's 2 outs for Manny Ramirez. Now, I don't start doing managerial stuff until the 7th. That's just how I decide to handle things. This is a spot you could certainly justify walking Manny Ramirez. He's 7 for 14 in the series with 5 RBIs. Larry Doby waits on deck. Doby's hitting well also, but you still got the lefty-lefty matchup there. And maybe this is why. Manny, deep to left. That ball's out of here. 2-run homer from Manny Ramirez. And if the Indians go on to win this game, management's going to have some questions to answer about why they didn't put Ramirez on in that spot. 2-run homer from Manny Ramirez, who continues to be a postseason force. So the Keller terrific play gave the Yankees a chance to get out of the inning, and instead Manny Ramirez puts one out of the park. It's 2-0 Cleveland. High fastball from Guidry there, misses Doby ahead, 1-0. Doby singled back in the first. Yeah, I wouldn't pitch to Manny. I just wouldn't. He's been so good. So good. Not just this series, but all postseason last year. I wouldn't pitch to him. But I feel like if I get too involved in the managerial stuff and whatever, like me doing the pitching changes and pinch hitting and stuff like that in the last 3 innings has already added several minutes to these broadcasts. So I feel like if I try to manage, I don't really have a desire to manage both sides throughout a full game. But if I started jumping in all over the place, I feel like the broadcast would just drag out longer than I'm comfortable with them being. So Guidry bounces back well and gets Doby, but Manny Ramirez launches one into the seats and left, and the Indians lead it 2-0. Here's Bernie Williams. Williams is 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. Joss delivers, curveball misses down and in. Yeah, occasionally, Dwayne, I get those calls right, and it doesn't go exactly the opposite of how I predict it's going to happen. Bernie loops one out. Chapman going back on it. He'll get there, puts it away for out number 1. So that'll bring up Lou Gehrig. Gehrig 2 for 11 in the series. He flew out his first time up. Joss winds and deals. There's a shot the other way. That's going to be extra bases for Lou Gehrig. Going to the wall, Brantley plays it in, but Gehrig will be in at second with a stand-up 1-out double as the Yankees look to answer. Good piece of hitting there from Gehrig. They had him shaded to pull a bit. And Gehrig goes in. He slid, but he didn't have to. So now here's Aaron Judge. Judge is 0 for 1. First pitch, fastball, misses away. Judge struck out his first time up. Joss from the set. Delivers. Big curveball gets Judge. He struck Judge out on that pitch his first time up. 1-1 offering. Fastball. Judge gets a piece. Joss sitting upper 80s with the fastball today. He can touch 90 when he really needs it. 1-2 curveball, misses down and away. Joss wants to be careful here. 2-2 offering the Judge. Fastball misses away and the count runs full. Charlie Keller waits on deck. Yankees looking to answer the 2 spot from Cleveland in the bottom half. Ground ball up the middle. Lajoie ranges to his right. Throw on to first. He'll get Judge. Nice play there by Lajoie. Gehrig moves up to third, however. And now there are 2 away. So good play from Lajoie, and now Charlie Keller will step in. Keller popped out his first time up, yet to drive in a run in the series. First pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Martinez. Gehrig wisely does not try to come home. One offering. Keller pops this one up. Tomei's underneath it, near the bag at first. Puts it away, and the side is retire, and Joss gets out of the jam. So the Yankees unable to get that big hit again. We head to the top of the fifth in Cleveland. Martinez, Ramirez, and Tomei due up for the Tribe. They lead it 2-0. So now Guidry will try to bounce back from the bottom of the third. Guidry's looked sharp. He just made a mistake, and Manny made him pay for it. The real mistake was pitching to Ramirez in the first place, in my opinion. But we won't beat that dead horse. Fastball there. Martinez fouls it off. Count goes to 0-2. Martinez skies this one to left. Keller coming on. He'll get there. Puts it away for out number 1. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Dwayne. Like, in the playoffs, you'll take the best hitter out of the game, make somebody else beat you. Again, just as good as Manny has been. Late in the game, I think the game probably would have tried to intentionally walk in there. Early in the game, I just don't think it does it often, but that's a spot. Just you don't pitch to Manny there. Fastball misses up high. It's 1-0. Ramirez pops this one up. Posada sheds the mask. He'll get under it, puts it away. So 2 up, 2 down, quickly here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Thome only 167 so far in the series. 2 for 12. Fastball in there for a called strike. 25 homers during the season for Thome. He was still very solid this year, but not quite up to his year 1 marks. Oh, 0-1 delivery from Guidry. Slider chopped down to third. Mitchell has it. Throws over to first. Thome is retired, and down go the Indians. So a good bounce back inning from Guidry, who I have a feeling the Yankees are going to lean on to go deep into this one. We head to the top of the fifth. Cleveland 2, Yankees nothing. I think what I was mentioning before, and then I got sidetracked by the weak Lofton grounder as Tommy Henrich steps in, is the Yankees are going without Whitey Ford here. Ford, terrific rookie campaign. Him and Joss were kind of neck and neck atop the league in ERA for quite a while. Ford suffered a partially torn pectoral muscle early in September. Ford would return, it appears, for the Yankees if they can come back and advance to the ALCS. That would, of course, be a huge lift should the Yankees face either the Red Sox or the A's. Red Sox lead that series 2-1. That game will hopefully be coming up on the channel, time permitting, later on today. Curveball misses inside. The Red Sox a game away from dispatching the defending champions. Joss delivers high fastball. Keller fouls it off. It's 2-2. Joss delivers. Henrich fouls it off. Two and two the count. Curveball away. Henrich fights it off again. So Henrich hanging in there for a good at bat here against Addie Joss. 2-2 offering. Fastball off the plate. Henrich fouls off another one. Again, both Joss and Guidry working on 3 days rest. We'll see if that comes into play the longer this game goes. Curveball misses inside. It's 3-2. Jorge Posada waits on deck. Terrific at bat here from Tommy Henrich to open up the top of the fifth. Joss winds for the payoff pitch. Misses down low, ball 4. So a terrific at bat from Tommy Henrich to work out the walk there. He fouled off, I believe, 4 pitches to draw that walk. And now here's Posada. Posada 0 for 1. He grounded out back in the third. Joss from the set. First pitch in there for a high strike. It's 0-1. Joss working from the set. Again, Posada has had a good series. He's hitting .364. Change up there, away. Posada goes reaching for it and fouls it off. Takes a peek over at Henrich and delivers in a beautiful changeup at the knees. Down goes Posada. Second strikeout for Joss. 1 away. Here's Gil McDougall. McDougall grounded out in the third. Slap down to first. Tomei has it. Throws it to Chapman. Back to Tomei. 3-6-3 double play, and the side is retired. The Yankees have hit into a bunch of double plays in this series. They hit into 3 of them in the Game 3 loss. They hit into another one here. Nicely turned by Tomei and Chapman. We're midway through in Cleveland. The Indians 2. Yankees nothing. So in steps Chapman. He is 0 for 1. Guidry's only thrown 49 pitches through the first 4. The only blemish, the 2-run homer from Manny Ramirez. Slider misses down low. It's 2-0. High fastball misses. It's 3-0. So Guidry's scuffling a little bit here to open up the bottom of the 5th. Michael Brantley waits on deck. Guidry winds and deals. Slider in there for a called strike. Chapman grounds this one foul. And the count is now 3-2. Wayne says, you read my mind when they hit that double play. I was thinking the same about how many they've hit into. Yeah, they've hit into a ton in this series. Beautiful slider from Guidry. Locks up Chapman. Third strikeout for Guidry, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. So Guidry battles back from 3-0 down to strike out Chapman. That'll bring up Michael Brantley. An emphatic Enrico Palazzo ring up there by the home plate umpire. Fastball misses down low. It's 1-0. Guidry looks in for the sign from Posada and delivers. Brantley fouls this one off. That one will get out of play. 1-1 the count. Guidry delivers. Gets him fishing at the slider. There's a rumor that's a really good pitch for Guidry. He's thrown a bunch of beauties so far in this one. 1-2 the count as Guidry works to Brantley. Posada sets up off the plate. Guidry hits it with the slider, and down goes Brantley. So a pair of strikeouts for Guidry. That's 4 on the night for him, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. So that'll bring up Kenny Lofton. Lofton 2 for 2 on the day. First pitch swing, skies this one to right. Judge is under it, puts it away, and the side is retired. So Guidry sets them down in order. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Mitchell, Jeter, and Bernie Williams due up for the Yankees. They trail it 2-0 with their season on the line. Here's Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell doubled back in the 3rd. He's hitting .400 in the series. Looped that double right over the head of Jim Thome and barely got in ahead of the throw from Larry Doby his first time up. Curveball misses away. It's 1-0. There you see Mitchell acquired from the Giants last offseason. Pitch from Joss, fastball. Off the plate, it's 2-0. Joss has only thrown 55 pitches here in the top of the 6th. Both pitchers have been very economical and very sharp. Curveball there. Mitchell flinches but doesn't swing, and it's 3-0. Derek Jeter waits on deck. Joss delivers. Mitchell takes it up high for ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk to Kevin Mitchell to open up the top of the 6th for Addie Joss. And now here's Derek Jeter. The American League batting champion, 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded out twice. First pitch, fastball. Jeter tries to hold up unsuccessfully. Jeter has hit .318 over the first 2 years of the FSBL. 0-1 pitch from Joss. That fastball misses down low. One and one the count. Fastball, that's a good pitch from Joss, but it's called outside. Joss wanted that one. Instead, the count goes to 2-1. There's a delivery. Jeter ground ball to 3rd. Ramirez has it to Lajoie. Quick turn from Lajoie. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and the Yankees hit into another one. Room service double play there for Jose Ramirez. Jeter is doubled up, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. It has been a theme of this series. First pitch curveball to Bernie Williams, misses down low. Bernie, a torrid second half. He got over the 100 RBI plateau. He hit 30 long balls. The final 2 months of the season, Bernie Williams was a top 5 hitter in the FSBL. 1-1 the count as Joss works to Williams here. Fastball misses up high. It's 2-1. And Bernie rips that one. That's a base hit. Lofton will get over there to cut it off. But Bernie puts a good swing on that one. Probably the cleanest hack the Yankees have had so far tonight against Addie Joss. Fastball up in the zone, and Bernie rips it. And now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Lou Gehrig. Gehrig is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. High fastball, it's 1-0. Gehrig now 3 for 12 in the series. He has gone deep once. Aaron Judge swings in the on-deck circle. 1-0 pitch from Joss. Fastball misses up and in. .2-0 delivery. Gehrig fouls it off. Dangerous spot for Joss to leave an 88-mile-an-hour fastball right out in the center of the plate. 2-1 offering. Gehrig pulls it to right. He hits it well, but it'll stay in the park. Doby is there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So the Yankees hit into yet another double play. The uniform glitch rears its ugly head as it has to do at least once a broadcast. Lajoie, Ramirez, and Doby due up for Cleveland as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Napoleon Lajoie. He's 0 for 2 on the day, 5 for 15 in the series. Guidry at 60 pitches through 5. Lajoie pops it up behind the plate. Posada ditches the mask, puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th. This has been very, very similar to late last night's broadcast of the Mets and Cardinals. Manny Ramirez accounting for the game's only runs, taking Ron Guidry deep. Pretty much the only mistake Gator has made. First pitch, fastball, misses down low. And you see Ramirez, a .969 OPS during the regular season, another fine year. Slider misses away, it's 2-0. Pulls that one foul. Two and 1 the count as Guidry works to Manny. Fools him there on the slider. Jeter has it on the backhand. Throw is over to first, and there's 2 away. Nice slider there from Guidry. Got Manny reaching a bit. So 2 down. Here's Larry Doby. Doby is 1 for 2. He's singled in the first. He's now hitting .308 in the series. First pitch, fastball, misses just inside. Looked like Guidry got squeezed a little bit there. That looked like it got the black. That one does, and it's 1-1. So Guidry puts 2 virtually identical pitches over the plate. Gets one of the calls. Guidry rocks and fires. Slider there. Doby pulls off. And it's 1-2. Only 68 pitches for Guidry. Again, Guidry and Joss both throwing on 3 days rest. Posada sets up away. The 1-2 offering gets him on the slider again. Another strikeout for Guidry. And down go the Indians. Pitchers duel here in Cleveland. The Yankees need their bats to wake up. Their season is on the line as we head to the top of the 7th. Joss will face Aaron Judge. Judge is 0 for 2. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Steve Carsey and Sam McDowell throwing out in the bullpen for the Indians. I actually like that decision, so I'll let them be the 2 guys throwing. But I'm thinking that Joss stays in this game until there's a reason for him not to. Curveball misses away. It's 1-1. McDowell has been great out of the bullpen. McDowell's job in this one figures to be Lou Gehrig in a big spot. They could use him for Keller and Henrik back-to-back also, but Gehrig's the big one there. Curveball gets Judge again. Second time he's gotten Judge with the hook. 3rd strikeout for Joss, and there's 1 out here in the top of the 7th. So in steps the aforementioned Charlie Keller. Keller is 0 for 2. First pitch, curveball at the knees for strike 1. That is a beautiful pitch from Addie Joss. Keller has popped out twice. Joss delivers. Curveball misses down low. It's 1-1. Ground ball into the shift. Jose Ramirez virtually at shortstop. Throws over to Tome, and there's 1 away. Excuse me, 2 away. I'm sorry for that. Judge struck out to open up the inning. So now here's Tommy Henrik. Henrik is 0 for 1. He drew a walk in a terrific at-bat his last time up. The Yankees are still searching for something here against Addie Joss. Changeup misses down and in. It's 1-0. That one's turned around. It's a base hit for Tommy Henrich in the right field. The Yankees have a 2-out base runner here in the top of the 7th. Joss tried to come inside with the fastball, and Henrich yanked it into right field. So now here's Jorge Posada. Posada is 0 for 2. Fastball up and in for strike 1. Posada's had a good series. Still at 333. 4 for 12 so far. 0-1 offering. High fastball misses. It's 1-1. Grateful for anybody tuning in today. Assume anyone who's listening probably doing so from work, but wherever you might be, I appreciate you tuning in to the Franchise Stars Baseball League postseason. 2-1 the count. Joss delivers. Popped up behind the plate. Martinez sheds the mask. He will have room to put it away, and that's a huge out there for Addie Joss. 7 scoreless for the Indians rookie. 7th inning stretch time here in Cleveland. It's getting late early for the Yankees. Indians lead it 2-0 as they try to close out the Bronx Bombers. Guidry will stay in as well. Victor Martinez steps in. Gonna see the Yankees. Do they have anybody going in the bullpen? Rigetti and Allie Reynolds have started throwing for the Yankees. I think that's an okay decision as well. But again, Guidry has basically made one mistake in this game, the 2-run homer to Manny Ramirez. Pitch count is low. They are on the 3 days rest, so that can be factored in. First pitch here is fouled off. MV, how are you? Cole Payton in the house as well. Thank you, gentlemen, for tuning in. Check out MV's fun broadcast of the 62 Mess that aired on his channel shortly before I went live here. Slider from Guidry misses inside. There you see that Yankees bullpen. Guidry still staying in this game, and I think he probably will for probably through this 7th unless something bad happens. Rigetti the lefty, Reynolds the righty throwing there. Ground ball to short, routine play for Jeter. Martinez is thrown out. There's one away. And that'll bring up Jose Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 2. He has flown out and popped out. Indians trying to punch their ticket and join the Giants in the League Championship Series. Giants, of course, in the NL are waiting for Game 5 between the Mets and the Cardinals. Tom Seaver and Bob Gibson will lock up at Busch Stadium in that decisive 5th game. The Red Sox lead the A's 2-1 in the other American League Division Series. Game 4 of that series, I'm expecting to get done at some point later today or late tonight. 6th strikeout for Guidry as he sets Ramirez aside easily there. That time it was just the cheddar from Guidry. So 2 down, here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 2. Slider there. Thome turns this one around to right. Judge gets a good break on it, though. Tracks it down a step shy of the warning track to retire the side. So the Yankees have 6 outs of life left to try to force a Game 5. We head to the top of the 8th in Cleveland. A fantastic pitcher's duel here. Gil McDougald is not going to see this at bat. McDougald is 0 for 2. He's at 0.91 in the series. All right, Dwayne, so if you're in the house, where are we going here for the Yankees? Elberfeld will go into play second after him. Maris is your only lefty on the bench, but the question here is, are you going to use Maris, who has had a bad year batting average-wise, but does still have the Thunder? Are you using Maris in this spot? Because I don't really know who you would save Maris for looking for the homer. I mean, there's not many guys in this Yankees lineup you're going to pinch hit for, other than McDougald. You could go, I mean, you got Bob Mizell. Probably not going Billy Johnson there. Really, your options are Maris or Bob Mizell. Elston Howard probably waits to potentially hit for Posada at some point if Posada gets turned around. So while you might want to hold on to Maris's power bat, this is kind of the only spot that you could use Maris. Oh, but Dwayne says don't use Maris. I mean, you could use Maris for Posada later as well. All right, so Dwayne, our resident Yankee fan, says to go with Mizell here. So we will let Dwayne make that call. Gil McDougald's day is done. Maris will get held for some thunder potentially later, and Bob Musial will get the at bat. Musial, I believe, had one at bat earlier on in the series. So leading off the top of the eighth, Bob Musial comes off the bench in a big spot. Swinging first pitch, puts a good swing on it, but pulls it foul. Oh, and 1 the count. Joss is at 83 pitches. Fastball on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Joss has been ahead of virtually everybody all game long. Mizell swings 0-2, grounds it to short. Chapman has it, throws on to first, and there's one away. So now here's Kevin Mitchell. I want to make sure that the game isn't gonna, there's not really any reason that the game should lock up, but I want to see if it'll let me say that Elberfeld is going in at second base now. First pitch to Mitchell, misses outside for ball 1. I'm not sure if it'll let me do it to the end. I don't think there would be any issue there. I just know we had that one game that locked up, so I want to make sure that that's, no, it won't let me do it. It won't let me do it now. It's just doing pinch hitters only right now, which is fine. Elberfeld is programmed to be a utility guy who can play second also, so there shouldn't be any issue there. 1-0 the count as Joss works to Mitchell. And Kevin Mitchell, deep into the night, breathes some life into the Yankees. That ball is way out of here. Home run, Kevin Mitchell, and the Yankees cut the deficit to a run. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Kevin Mitchell unloads deep into the Cleveland night. And that pitch from Joss was a mistake by the Lake. Deep drive from Mitchell, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Guidry made one mistake, the 2-run homer to Manny Ramirez. Joss makes his first mistake here, and Mitchell puts that one well into the seats. So thunder off the bat of Kevin Mitchell, and Addie Joss is going to come out of this ball game. Terrific performance from Joss, who gets a big ovation from the home crowd here in Cleveland. Now it's going to be up to the Indians' bullpen to figure this out. Clase is up. They'd had a couple other guys thrown before. McDowell is up as well. Jeter is due in. If it brings Clase in, I'm going to let them do it. I got to kind of see what the decision is here. All right, so it's Clase. All right, so that's the right move. All right, good. Well, the only problem, actually, with that move for Clase, well, you've already got it out in the inning because Gehrig, who's the guy who McDowell should face, Gehrig would be the third batter. So if I leave Clase in here, Clase has to be the guy to face Gehrig because Gehrig would be the third batter. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm wavering on this decision from the Indians' perspective. I don't think you're not bringing Clase here. This is just a matter of, do we have McDowell come in so that McDowell can be the guy to face Gehrig if you get to that point. Bernie's kind of the same against righties or lefties. And then that's just making the lefty McDowell face Jeter. And you're going to have your closer, Clase. Although honestly, you'd probably have McDowell face Gehrig to open up the ninth, if you get to that point, and then have Clase come in. This is a tough call, but because McDowell walks batters also, they're going to go with Clase here. Hope Clase can get these two guys, and then use McDowell to face Gehrig ninth, and then let Clase finish it off. So a little bit of a risk here, but Clase was very, very good during the season. Then he hasn't allowed anything in the postseason. So with one out, he'll pitch to Jeter here. First pitch, fastball on the inside corner. Hey, Jason, how are you? Our good friend ATG. And check out those guys. Look up ATG on Twitter. They do fine project work. A few all-time rosters. There's a couple of recent rosters too. 1980, I want to say 84. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Jason. But for MLB The Show. But check out their work. Those guys do some outstanding stuff. Fastball from Clase misses down low. 2-1, the count to Jeter. Loops this one down the right field line. Just foul. Jeter almost dunked one in there. Instead, the count goes to 2-2. Martinez sets up inside. Clase delivers. Fly ball to center. Lofton coming on. Chapman going out. Chapman reels it in for out number 2. Nice play there by Ray Chapman. It looked like Jeter may be able to drop that one into center. So now here's Bernie Williams. Williams is 1 for 3. He's singled in the 6th. A huge at-bat for multiple reasons. Because the Indians went with Clase, that means that they cannot bring McDowell in to face Gehrig should Williams get on here. It was a calculated risk from the Indians. Williams skies it to right. Dolby's underneath it. Puts it away, and the Indians get through the 8th. So Kevin Mitchell goes deep to get the Yankees within a run. But they only have 3 outs left. Indians will bat first, though, in the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland 2, Yankees 1, here in Game 4 of the ALDS. So in comes Dave Righetti. Righetti, third scoreless in his lone appearance in the series. Kid Elberfeld will come on to play second base after McDougal was pinch hit for. So now Ray Chapman, so it's Righetti to face the righty and then a couple of lefties afterwards. All right, so that's why they did that. That's okay. That's okay. We're all right with that move. Bottom of the 8th, Righetti works to Chapman. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. Luis Severino and Allie Reynolds throwing in the bullpen. But Righetti's on here for the next 3 at least. 0-1 pitch. Curveball misses away. Now the one problem that I might run into with how I wanted to manage this from the Indians' perspective in this one is that if the game decides it wants to put Clase in, I can override that and put McDowell in, but that would mean Clase is not available and Clase is the closer. So I'm going to try to set it up at the end of this inning that they're going to decide to put McDowell in the game but that may not hold, and they may just decide to go with Clase anyway. Fly ball to center. Bernie puts it away for out number 1.
The batter, number 4.
So that'll bring up Michael Brantley. Brantley is 0 for 2. Lefty, but Brantley's defense has been solid, so they're going to leave him in there to face Righetti here. Sinker in there for a called strike. The Indians' bench is not terrific. If they have a weakness, that would be it. Ground ball weakly hit to second. Elberfeld charges. Throw on to first, and they get Brantley, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 7.
So we've got a fun one here in Cleveland. Here's Kenny Lofton, 2 for 3, a pair of singles, a run scored, a stolen base. He's now 9 for 17 in the series. First pitch fastball from Righetti misses up high. There's a slider at the knees. It's 1-1. I'm going to see if it's going to let me set that up for the Indians now, actually. Like I said, it may very well override it. But I can only do what I can do. There are limitations to how I'm trying to maneuver this whole mechanism here. 1-1 the count as Righetti works to Lofton. Fastball misses up high. I know Clase is the closer, but the Yankees would have 2 lefties out of 3 coming up in the top of the 9th. Lofton serves this one out to right. Judge makes the play, and the side is retired. So to the 9th inning we go. We'll see if it's going to be McDowell or Clase for the Indians. The Yankees have 3 outs left to save their season and the heart of the order to do it. And the Indians are going to go with Emmanuel Clase. Clase 2 for 2 in save opportunities in the series. And despite 2 lefties coming up in the next 3, they decide he's the closer for a reason. This is Clase's game to save. Here's Lou Gehrig, 1 for 3. He doubled in the 4th. First pitch fastball. Gehrig flies it to center. Lofton's underneath it. Gehrig tried to jump on the first pitch fastball. Didn't get all of it, and there's 1 away. The Yankees, winners of 101 games during the regular season. The A's the only other team to top the 100 plateau this year. Here's Aaron Judge. Judge is 0 for 3. Fastball misses down low. 1-0 offering. Fastball there. That's a borderline pitch. Clase doesn't get it, and 2-0 is the count. Keller waits on deck. 2-0 pitch from Clase. Judge fouls it off. It's now 2-1. High fastball. Judge won't chase. 3-1. There you see King Kong Keller with the weighted bat in the on-deck circle. Clase from the set. Fastball there, swung on and missed, and the count goes full. Crowd here in Cleveland, they are the ones rising at the moment. Clase to Judge, fastball up high, ball 4. Tying run is on base for the Yankees. I apologize, I think my mic is giving me some problems here. Kind of cutting in and out a little bit. Here's Charlie Keller. Indians trying to punch their ticket to the ALCS. The Yankees trying to force Game 5 back in the Bronx. 2-1 Cleveland, 1 out in the top of the ninth. Keller, fly ball to left. Brantley is over. Puts it away, and the Yankees are down to their final out. All right, Dwayne. Let you make a call here. So, Henrik has walked. He's also got a hit. Obviously, a fine lefty bat. You do have Maris on the bench. Do you want to let? Because what you can do here, you kind of get to your options. So after Henrik, you've got Posada. So you can let Henrik hit and then bring Maris in for Posada if you want. You can let Maris hit for Henrik now, or you can just let Henrik and Posada take their times up. All right, so you're going to pinch hit Maris for Tommy Henrik. Opting for the long ball threat. Again, Maris during the season. Low average, did have his power. He's 1 for 7 in the series. But Maris gets the call. Tying run on first, Maris would be the lead run at the plate. Clase deals, first pitch slider, gets a call that looked outside, it's 0-1. Maris crowding the plate a little bit here. 0-1 offering from Clase. Maris, fly ball to center. Kenny Lofton, camped underneath it. Puts it away, the ball game is over, and the Indians have advanced to the ALCS. The Yankees' 101-win season comes to an end here in Cleveland, and the Indians have a return ticket punched to the American League Championship Series. An outstanding performance from Addie Joss. Outduels Ron Guidry here in Game 4. Guidry was terrific. Joss just a touch better, the reverse of Game 1 of the series. Manny Ramirez's 2-run homer in the third inning holds up. Kevin Mitchell homered in the eighth to get the Yankees within 1, but that's as close as they came. Joss the winner, 7 1/3, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, allowed 1 run. Ron Guidry, 7 innings, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 2 runs allowed. The 2 homers, the only runs of the game. Manny Ramirez gets player of the game honors for the home run back in the third. So the series comes to a close. Oh, always glad, Dwayne, I'm glad to get you involved, man. I hear you, Clue. Where's Bob Uecker? I would give up my broadcasting chair here to let Bob Uecker make the call. I would absolutely do that. So the Yankees hit into 2 more double plays in this game, and again, that was a theme for the Yankees throughout this series. Nancy Rigetti with the scoreless inning of work. Not much to really look at in the box scores. Both teams were great. Manny Ramirez drives in 7 runs in the series. Kenny Lofton hits 500. Manny hits 500. And that's how you get there. Terrific performance from Joss. Good job from Carsey and Clase out of the Indians' bullpen. So that will do it for this one. I do want to go back through the box scores of this series for a moment, though, because I want to see exactly how many double plays the Yankees hit into, because that absolutely torched the series for them. So they hit into 2 today. They hit into 3 double plays in Game 3. They hit into another double play there in Game 2. So that's 6 double plays They didn't hit into one in the opening game, but the Yankees hit into 6 double plays in the last 3 games. 3 in the pivotal game 3, and another 2 today. Great season for the Yankees, but it comes up a little bit short. So now, the Yankees head home. The Indians will head to watch Game 4 of the American League Division Series as the Red Sox will try to close out the defending champion Oakland A's. If you were hoping for a Yankees-Red Sox ALCS, sorry to disappoint you. And people have still been looking for the Yankees or Red Sox to get a shot at the A's, but this may end without the Yankees getting a crack at them. The Red Sox looking to get the job done. Again, people wanted the Red Sox, who won 100 games a year ago, to get the shot at the A's last year, but then Cleveland upset Boston. The Red Sox never got their chance. So the Red Sox will try to cash in this one. Making the call, Bernie made the call for the Red Sox. The Red Sox could have gone back to Cy Young on 3 days rest for Game 4, but the Red Sox are going to opt for Dutch Leonard and save Cy Young, hopefully for them, for Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. If not, they'll have him on full rest for Game 5. The Oakland A's are going to turn, they could go to Hudson, and I know he wasn't great in Game 1, but I think the A's have to go with their ace. Lefty Grove is going to take the hill on 3 days rest as the A's try to save their season. So that game will probably be on the channel. I may try to stream it later and then post it as a premiere tonight. We'll see how that goes, but stay tuned for that one. But Boston and Oakland, Game 4, a potential elimination game for the A's, will be on the channel later on. Greatly appreciate you guys spending some time with me here, as always. Good to see you, Clue. Do whatever you want. Yankee season is over. That's rough. It's a rough crowd for the Yankees. Fine job for them. Dwayne Marks in the house. Always glad to have you in here, Dwayne. Hope you're feeling better. Cole Payton, Jason Bonneville in the house here as well. Always good to see MV check in. Check out his stream from earlier on today with the 62 Mets, 007. He's got a couple games posted on his channel. Make sure you check that out as well. Until later, guys, be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The Cleveland Indians knock off the Yankees to advance to the ALCS.